Hi dear students, welcome to our channel Mechanical Engineering Made Simple. So if you have not subscribed, subscribe my channel, like, comment, share among your friends and groups. So we have started a new series that is useful for AMVI, Assistant Motor Vehicle Inspector, conducted by examinations conducted by APPSC, Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission, for which the qualification is diploma. Degree holders can also write, but you should possess 5 years of or 3 years of heavy vehicle driving license. So please ensure that you meet the requirements of the recruitment and then start your preparations. Okay, let us jump. So in the other video we have discussed 10 questions, and today we will discuss another 10 more questions which are very important from your examinations point of view. Alright, the fluctuation of engine speed during a cycle of operation is a function of the, so here speed and mass of the flywheel is given, only mass of the flywheel is given, only speed of the flywheel is given, mass of the crankshaft. So only flywheel is very important here, not crankshaft. So in that also only mass of the flywheel is the answer. So correct answer. So your answer is mass of the flywheel, that is your B. That's your answer. Okay, next, the radial distance between the addendum circle of gear, addendum and dedendum circle of a gear provides us with okay, this is going to give us what is known as the total depth. So working depth is different, and this is going to give the total depth. The radial distance between the addendum and dedendum circle of a gear provides us with its total depth. Working depth, actually the two mating gears will come into the picture, but this is only the total depth is the depth of only the one gear. It is the radial distance between the addendum and dedendum. Okay, right. So your answer is A. Let us mark this. A is the answer. So in case of a skew bevel gears, the pitch surfaces of rotation generated are, so they are the hyperboloids. So your answer is C. The gear system developed keeping in view the use of hobs for helical and spur gears among the following is. So here the answer is 14.5 degrees composite system. They are all the different types of gear systems are there. So here 14.5 and 20 degrees is going to tell us the pressure angle of the gear. Okay, so there are many systems. The answer here is 14.5 degrees composite system. So your answer is A. Next question, not others are the correct answers. The next question is the minimum number of teeth on pinion for avoiding interference in 14.5 degrees composite system compared to 20 degrees full depth involute gear system. So there is a table which gives the minimum number of teeth required for avoiding the interference. Please go through the table. So if you compare the two systems, you will observe that the answer is B. It is 1.5 times. So one system is, let us say 10, that will be 50% more or 15. So actual figures are different. I am telling you just for an example. Okay. So it is 15%, 50% more, that is 1.5 times. So your answer is B. Next, the 14.5 degrees composite system of gear teeth has or is. So he is giving stronger, whether it is stronger or weaker, or has interchangeability or no interchangeability. So you have to select between these options. So the correct answer is D. It is stronger, but it does not have the interchangeability. So your answer is D. Let us go to the next question. Which of the following systems of gear teeth has strongest of teeth among them and also can take heavy loads? So please check the answer. So this is the answer for this is C. So this is very important system, 20 degrees stub involute system. So it can serve both the purposes. So your answer is 20 degrees stub involute system. As I told you earlier, these are the various types of gear systems, and here 20 degrees and 14.5 degrees are the pressure angle. You know what is pressure angle. Okay, let us not go to the details of that. Next question, the gear teeth systems that have maximum and minimum number of teeth on pinion for avoiding interference respectively among the following are. There is once again the table which gives the minimum number of teeth to avoid the interference for various types of systems of gears. So please check that, and you will find that the answer for this is D. So that is your 20 degrees full depth involute system and 20 degrees stub involute system. So first one has the maximum number of teeth and the second system has the minimum number of teeth. So your answer is D. So let us mark that. Right. Next, in compound gear trains, intermediate shaft carries. So what is compound gear train? So you know that what is simple gear train? Only there is two gears are meshing. When they are meshing externally, they rotate in anti-clockwise direction. If the two gears are meshing or contacting, okay, then rotate in combination. They rotate in the same direction. Okay, when they are meeting externally, their direction of rotation is opposite. If they are meeting internally, their direction of rotation is same. So here the question is, we have read the question. So the answer is two gears. Your answer is B. Next question, an epicyclic gear train is constituted by. So here the answer is C. There are three parts. One is the arm, other one is the gear, and other one is the pinion. So there are two gears and one more part is there, that is called the arm. So any epicyclic gear train is constituted by neither two parts, nor four parts, nor none of the above. So your answer is C. Okay, boys. So let us stop here. So today we have discussed 20 bits of your syllabus of automobile engineering that is useful for TSPSC aspirants as well as APPSC aspirants. So please go through that. Stay tuned to my channel. We will be discussing many questions which are useful for your examinations, and keep your syllabus aside and prepare well. Wish you all the best.